Okay, so thank you all for joining us, and Merry Christmas, everybody. And now I want to welcome everybody that is watching the Christmas video on YouTube. We are always so grateful to have all our YouTube videos watched, and they are amazing and lovingly prepared for us by Reverend Kelly. So watch all our videos. They're all inspirational. So this is Christmas, and our tradition on Christmas is to actually meet on Christmas, which is amazing. A lot of gatherings and churches don't actually meet on Christmas, but we do. We always have. Woohoo! 31 years. And we have a Community Voices, which means that we invite different people from our community to come and speak for a few minutes. What time did we give them? 7? 5 to 7?
5 to 7.
5 to 7.
They will get a warning after 5.
They will get a warning. Reverend Kelly is timing you. Okay. And she has a little thing there to let you know if you're...
And I'll let them know, yeah, the microphone.
Yeah, if the microphone has come, because you got to keep that microphone up close to your mouth. And then afterwards we'll have a lovely potluck. We have all kinds of food. It's not potluck, it's just the food. We have food. We have all kinds of food. So those of you here in San Francisco, I hope you stay and help us eat all the food. So I will just start calling up our speakers, and I will do it in the order that it is here. And so the first speaker to come up here is the wonderful Reverend Roxie Benson. Yay!
Am I standing here by the plant?
Yeah, there by the plant.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
family.
Christmas.
Where else will we be but with our family on Christmas? And we get to choose them today. So Christmas has meant a lot of different things to me over the years. But the meaning it has now is this birthing of holiness, this relationship. And what Mary received in her revelation was the innocence, the untarnished, unsevered relationship between divinity and humanity. And that relationship was received not in specialness, in exclusivity for just her and the child she was carrying. She received this holiness for all of us. And then Jesus demonstrated that in physical form. But what the true message of Jesus was that the relationship with Father is not found in a church. It's not found in any religion. It can't be taken from you by the government because it's within you. And that relationship is shared equally among us. It's not special to just the ones who believe in the relationship. It's not special to just Jesus and Mary. Jesus never said, I'm the only Son of God. He said, we're equal, women and men. And every religion subjugates women in some way. So that's not of God. God is equality. And so this holiness, this holy relationship, what it demonstrates, the gift was innocence. No more sin, no more suffering, no more sacrifice, no more believing in this dualistic God. And the God of, the God of the Bible, the God of history, is the God of dualism. And that God is fickle. Right? Because dualism is an adventure amongst the tension of imaginary opposites. And we can't actually separate even these imaginary opposites because it's just one extreme of a whole. So what we've never lost, what can't ever be lost, tarnished, altered, severed, is your holy relationship with your own divinity, your own innocence. But the only way to have experience of that innocence, that divinity, that divine relationship is when you share it with all. So whatever the villains are in the story of humanity today, it's the same as what was going on in his time, choosing sides. There is no good side. And there's no good side of politics, there's no good side of an angry God, right? Because if there is an opposite to love, then all our being is lost, because love is our being. So that relationship is what we're seeking and seeking and seeking. Seeking to repair it, seeking to get it back, seeking to find, to discover. But Christmas, the birth of holiness into humanity, is for all. And it's the relationship. That's what's virgin, not the body. That doesn't matter. The body is not the home, but nor is the body evil, corruptible, it's neutral. And when we make any body special, the body of Jesus, the body of Mary, and say that that relationship is special, we lose our shared divinity. And that's not Christmas. Christmas is grace, holiness, innocence. There's nothing to forgive yourself for, because you can't sin. You've never been mistaken in your behavior. You've only been mistaken in your identity. Christ isn't little. Christ doesn't need self-help. Jesus did not wonder if his ass looked big.
Or not at all.
Yes. So, your innocence is eternal. That relationship is right there. Go in and get it, because you've never lost it. Yay, you. Yay, innocence. Alright, should I leave that on?
Yeah, I guess so.
He's a little guy.
That's his vlogs.
This goes black.
Okay, great. Thank you, Dr. Roxie. So, our next speaker up here is, he's getting a little audio thing,
What's that?
When the song's playing.
a little audio thing set up. Okay. Okay. So our next speaker is Al Gilbert. There you go, Al. There you go.
I'm here all week, 2 shows on Saturday. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Christmas is a special time for me, as it is for everybody. One of the things I enjoy about it is the fact that, it does happen once a year. So all the celebrations that I participate in are kind of like a favorite toy that I take out once in a year, and I play with it for about a couple of weeks, and then I put it back. Now, one of the things that's very special about Christmas for me is the music. I often go to music when I want to get in touch, when I want to touch my own heart, when I want to get in touch with my own feelings. So I have a playlist of Christmas music that I put together. And I listen by myself, and I reminisce, and I think about my childhood, all the wonderful things that Christmas means. So for the time that was allotted to me, I'd like to share with you a song that's being queued up. It's if there was ever a CMC or a Course in Miracles Christmas song, I think this could be it. And this is by Luther Vandross, and it's called This Is Christmas. everybody. Thank you, Reverend Kelly.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Luther.
Yeah, thank you, Luther.
Thank you, Luther. Okay, so the next person I'd like to call up here is our own Steve Ibarra. So yay, Steve! Actually, everybody is our own. But Steve, who's here every Sunday. Mostly. Here you go, Steve.
Some ways not.
Holy and miracles. So this is a very emotional Christmas for me. There's a lot going on, and I'm very butch with my emotions, so you'll never see it. Yeah, it's almost impossible for me to cry. And I thought for sure I'd cry at the Gay Men's Chorus, because for the first time in like 5 years I cried last year at the Gay Men's Chorus. But I didn't this year because they went out of town for 3 months and they didn't have time to really do a strong performance last night. But it was really beautiful and it was very moving. But Merry Christmas to all of you. You are all special, and you are all special in God's eyes. All of us, we pray, the way we pray, the way we practice our spirit regularly, it's so important. In AC, I am too. I'm just becoming this goddess of a child. It's just amazing and miraculous what the Course in Miracles brings to me, and I'm so blessed to have all of you as I consider family and the love of spirit together, all of us. It's amazing. It's very, very, very special. And I'm going to ask the Lord God and the Lord to give us the power of your spirit, especially me right now, because I'm so emotional. Even thinking about reading this morning was emotional. I woke up like 6 a.m., even more crazy. But allow us to be the messengers to each other, to the world. Allow us to shift the ego quicker and be in the moment of practice in the world of egolessness on this special day. Allow us to give peace and freedom and tranquility to ourselves and messages of peace, of love, and of touch, and the spiritual holiness to each other. Help us to reduce the fear, the sin, the guilt, the hatred. Allow us to be the holy day of God. Allow us this holy day of God. Yes, this holy day, all of us together. We are all one. Allow us to spread all this wonderful holiness together out in the world. Because boy, does the world need it right now. Are we challenged or what? We have a lot going on. This is a special time of the year. It's a special time in America. It's a special time in our politics. Did I say that word? Yes, I did. Oops. Just allow us the power to heal and to wound the specialness and to show our expression of truth, of strength, and our love in the Spirit through all of us. Let us see the love less conflicted. Let us practice forgiveness more. Let us spread more forgiveness out to be the messengers of God. Let us shift to forgiveness more automatically. Allow us to be one in God together as we shift in the ego and to go quicker into the healing our circles together. Allow us to shift the ego together to make this spirit, holiday spirit, more beautiful, as we are today, as you and I are shifting quicker to be in the moment of God. We can't wait to see the world beautiful again and blessed again and thankful again. The community miracles, we are just such blessings here. We have, the Course in Miracles has given me options when I'm struggling, but the key is just pray. I pray for everything. I just constantly am praying that God bless us, that God make us your messengers, make us the healing possibility for the world, because it's all possible. So allow us the magic and allow us the joy and allow us to rejoice and pray for what we need on a regular basis. and allow us this holy day together, all of us, you and me and all of us together. We're all love, and I love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Steve is in our ACIM2 class, and when does he get ordained? Like April?
After May.
After May. After May, he will be Reverend Steve. Not Reverend Steve yet, though.
Might as well be.
But you're, yeah.
He is a minister
In
of God.
spirit, I'm sure you are. Okay, very good. So now it is with great pleasure that we introduce somebody who is, of course, near and dear to my heart, and all of you are near and dear to my heart, and I know there's no such thing as specialness, but well, what the hell. Reverend Dusa Althea Rammessirsingh.
Am I excited?
Yes, you are.
I am. Thank you. I feel so excited. I had one of the most wonderful experiences this morning. But before I say that, thank you, Rudy, for at midnight sending out a picture of Heather and Jason. Was it midnight? I thought so. It woke me up. Anyway, I have a wonderful next door neighbor. And I've known her for many years, maybe 8 or 9 years. And this morning, for the years that I've known her, whenever I was going to give a talk, and before when I used to give sermons, I would always go next door, knock on her door, and have her listen to it. And then she would say to me, she'd give me feedback on what she thought I needed to change or how to make it hold together better, you know, and not just do that. Well, this morning I did that with her. And I'm going to read something to you. Oops, where is it? This is a quote from the chorus. This is a quote from the chorus. Call to your mother, certain that her voice will answer. She herself has promised this, and she herself will place a spark of truth within your mind wherever you give up a false belief, a dark illusion of your own reality and what love means. She will shine through your idle thoughts today and help you understand the truth of love. In loving gentleness, she will abide with you as you allow her voice to teach love's meaning to your clean and open mind. And she will bless the lesson with her love. Well, you all know it says his, but I say her. I had to shift. It helps my mind. And I had a whole list of stuff I was going to talk about. But after I spoke with her, she was almost in tears when I read that quotation. Can you imagine that? I said to myself, this is a gift. Where else does this happen? As someone who doesn't know anything about the Course, she's Jewish. So, you know, and she's older. And she had a whole ton of Christmas presents that she was giving for her family. And to see her almost cry at that quote, I said, this has to be the best quote in the whole Course in Miracles. I mean, the love that shines in you. There's so many things about it. It's connection. That's the way I feel. The title of this talk is Connection. The more connection we have with each other, we can't hold it here. It has to go out into the world. So every time we show a love by just an eye contact, a touch, saying something kind to someone we don't know, that is what's going to help the world change into a more peaceful and loving world. That's what I feel. So I don't know if I have anything really else to say. But anyway, I feel so blessed to have her as my next door neighbor. And for all the times that I've spoken, and she's always helped me bring the talk together. And this morning, the only thing she could do was almost cry. I felt, what other gift could you have from someone when they touch your heart like that? The other thing is, some of the things I've done is we've gone, of course, there are always parties going on. And the other night, Tony and I went to a party of one of my clients. And it was really touching. We met all these strangers, and everybody was really kind and loving. There was all this food and eating. I felt so blessed to have her in my life, to have so many different clients who, our relationship goes beyond just me working on their bodies. But there's a connection that happens without me talking about the Course. So I feel like I am an expression of the Course. And that everyone in this room is an expression of the Course, because we are always expressing love to each other in every moment. And we mustn't forget that. We have to be love if we want to change the world. We cannot be anything else. And last night, Reverend Tony, Reverend Kelly, and I went to this place called the Melting Pot. It was really fun. And our waitress, she was really cute. She kept using the word, "Oh, that's awesome." Whatever we said, "That's awesome." And then she asked us what we were, and Tony told them that we were all ministers. She said, "Oh, I got a whole family of preachers. My whole family is preachers." Awesome! So she really had us laughing, and it was really a great time. And I am so glad to connect with old and new friends, and I think this is what Christmas is about. It's about connection. It's not really about much else. As long as we connect, even with the stranger on the street, if we connect, if we can just smile at them or have a good eye contact, that is connection. And that's what we keep searching for. Everybody searches for connection. From the day we're born, we come into this world. We look at our mother. We want to connect. And then as we keep growing older, we want to even connect more. I really want to connect more because I am older and feeling good. So this is also a season of all the good things that happen in my life and all of the good friends I have. And out of the clear blue sky this morning, a friend of mine from Peace Corps, my Peace Corps buddy, called me to wish me a happy holiday. And I felt so great. I said, wow, one person who called me. I mean, not that other people didn't call me, but it was just good to get this connection. And then also to connect with my family by me spending a lot of time. I'm still writing holiday cards. I'm sending holiday cards out, and I plan to write it for the whole week. I will do it. Anyway, I am very grateful for the Community Miracle Center, for all of the many gifts it has given me. The love and the joy of the world. That's it, folks. Woo!
Joy to the world.
Okay, thank you, Reverend Dusa Althea. Nice to see you up here again. Okay, so the next person I'll call up, always a joy to see him. He's been around and associated with us for a long time, since the beginning. And he looks the same as the first day he walked through the door. Reverend Tedosio Samora.
Hello, I'm a little nervous. I hate to speak. But I told Dusa Althea that I would. So this is Christmas, and I like Christmas. I think of the past Christmases we had here at the Community Miracle Center. I remember Larry Bedini, who we used to have Christmas at his house, and it was always beautiful. And I like Christmas because I see lights. And when I travel around the city, I see Christmas lights all over the place. And I see Christmas trees at different places. Union Square, down in the Castro, down in San Jose. And it's nice to see these lights, because I think the lights, because when Jesus was born, you know, he was born for us to be happy, and that's why I don't want to say Merry Christmas, I want to say Happy Christmas, because there's a song called Joy to the World, and we should be joyful and be happy. And I do miss my family back in Madeira. I know they have families, and since I'm a gay man, I don't have a family, you know. But I love them very much. They call me and wish me a Merry Christmas, but I know they had to have their Christmases. Of course, my sister, my niece, she's a lawyer from Philadelphia, and she just told me a week ago she was moving to San Francisco because she got a job, and she's going to live just around the block on Leavenworth and the next street, Sutter. And she's happy about it. So we've been together this past week, and she came yesterday, and she gave me the keys to her place just in case she loses her keys. And she's a lawyer. But anyway, I love.
Expect a lawsuit.
Yeah, I want to be happy, and yesterday, since most of my family's down in Madeira, Fresno, and all that, I went to my partner's family in San Jose, and they always have a wonderful Christmas. I mean, it's a big house, and they have a Christmas tree in the television room and in the living room. And they have a tradition that I like very much. I've been to it about four or five times. And in one instance, they give candles to everybody who attended the Christmas party. And they light these candles, and they take it outside, and there's this thing where they put this in a pot of sand. And you see all these lights. And they do that in the memory of people who are no longer with us. And I thought that was very pretty and nice. And of course the guest, Marita, she started crying because she was thinking of her family. I started having tears because I started thinking about some of my family that are no longer here for Christmas. So it's been a wonderful. I enjoy being there. They had wonderful food. We watch football games just like my family in Madeira when my mom was alive, and I miss her very much because I remember she was kind of the anchor, and that's why we always went to Madeira to spend Christmas. Of course, that doesn't happen anymore. Families do split and separate, but I have a family here too. I have a family at the Community Miracle Center. I have a family called Eddie's Cafe, who I met the mayor, Ed Lee, who died recently, and I met the new acting mayor, Mayor Breed, and so I've been having a wonderful time, you know, and I've been having a happy time. So I can't complain about my life. So I want to thank everybody here, and I enjoy the Community Miracle Center because it brings back memories. And I don't want to have to start tearing up thinking about Larry because he was an inspiration to me. So I want to thank you all. Okay.
Thank you, Reverend Ted. When I grow up, am I going to have nice big biceps like you got now, Ted?
You already have.
I don't know, Ted's are bigger. Bigger's
You already
better.
have them.
Not necessarily.
No, you're looking good, Ted. I guess that's what I want. You look great. Okay, so, and our final speaker of the day today is one of our newer reverends, though not our newest one anymore. So let's bring up Reverend Lucas Sanchez.
Good morning and Merry Christmas, everyone.
Good morning.
So I'm going to start off by using my adult female voice singing with small children. This little birthday light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little birthday light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little birthday light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine all the time, let it shine. All around the neighborhood, I'm gonna let it shine. You can sing if you know the song. All around the neighborhood, I'm gonna let it shine. All around the neighborhood, I'm gonna let it shine all the time. Let it shine, let it shine. No one's gonna puff it out. I'm gonna let it shine. No one's gonna puff it out. I'm gonna let it shine. No one's gonna puff it out. I'm gonna let it shine all the time. Let it shine. So this song I sing every time that there is a birthday at my school in the morning program. Fellow teacher that I work with, Teacher Casey, she sings this song along with multiple other songs every time a child has a birthday. And it just made me think of today, really. There was a couple of members, reverends, that wished me a happy birthday yesterday, and I was like, oh yeah, that's another way to look at it. And then just in the darkest time of the year, where it's not as much light, that we celebrate the light, and there's many traditions that do that. And so this kind of brings me to, I'm not actually going to talk about Christmas that much. I'm going to talk about Hanukkah. I've been celebrating Hanukkah for the past 3 years, so this is the 3rd year. And actually, it would have been more appropriate for me to talk about Hanukkah last year, because it fell on, I think, Christmas Eve, the first day of Hanukkah. And yeah, and that was the contention. It's like, are you going to celebrate Hanukkah, or are you going to celebrate Christmas? And I've talked to other people, not here at CMC, but they're like, what, you can't talk about Hanukkah on Christmas? Sacrilege. But I love sacrilege. So do
I.
I love it. And it's the Festival of Light. And who doesn't want to celebrate that, the Festival of Light? And it's a tradition that I grew up Christian. I actually was born Catholic, but switched over really in the young years. My mom did to Seventh-day Adventist. And so we went to church on Saturday. So I felt a sort of kinship to Judaism because of that, because I went to church on Saturdays and had Saturday school. And so there's a fondness of the Jewish culture because of that, but I didn't start celebrating Hanukkah, and it's like the most minor of holidays. It's like, why celebrate that? Celebrate something else. And yeah, it's just something about, I just didn't really have a tradition, a ritual around Christmas that really spoke to me, because it seems like the ritual nowadays is just so commercial. And then there's people that are trying to, say that it's about giving, and I really appreciate that. But there's just something about singing in another language, because I spent many years since I was like 12 years old on and off singing in choruses. And we sung a lot of songs in different languages. And yeah, so singing the blessings, lighting the candles, and wanting to find other world religions, their sort of celebrations of light as well. Next year I'm going to be celebrating Diwali, and I think it's in November, which is Indian and I think Bangladesh, and I'm not sure what other countries. Do any of you know a little bit? Okay, so I'm going to find out more about it. I'm going to celebrate next year. Actually, Diwali happened on my birthday on October 19th this year, and I missed it. I'm like kind of a little bit sad about that. But yeah, that's what I like to do. I like to celebrate other religious traditions, and yeah, and I feel like that's happened since I've been here at CMC. And yeah, I'm Lucas. I'm the bringer of the light. I'm interfaith, and I was born that way.
Okay, great, thank you. Let's give all of our speakers a round of applause. So we got Reverend Roxie, Gilbert, Steve Ibarra, Reverend Dusa Althea, Reverend Tedosio, and Reverend Lucas. Yay!